Hey Tim, how you doing? Getting a little light snow up here. How's it going down there? Hey Maribel, how are you? Just ran up to Walmart real quick. Be glad you're not here, Maribel. Snowing outside. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, I gotta get some new stuff. Um, I gotta wait till I hate to say it, Tim, but I used to just couldn't help but going down to Detroit all the time. It's just like an addiction, man. The later, the better. I just don't feel like that much as like I used to. I don't know whether because it's changed or it's gotten newer or nicer or what. But I love Delray, and it's just like it's all getting, turned into a big industrial complex. I mean, it's still cool. It's not going to affect our party in the spring, I'll tell you that. But it's just like I'm pretty much tapped out on new content, and I don't want to just put up videos that I'm uninterested in. Yeah, Maribel, I try and interview whenever I can down there, but it's not that easy. Um, the area's changed. There aren't that many women around. We got a real cold spell coming up. 5 degrees is going to be the high. Maybe a little warmer down there. There's no place for the women to go get something to eat or go to the bathroom. So I will go down there and do it again. There are other places I could do that, but as crazy as it sounds, I mean, I just, I never wanted to go out and like just do canned interviews just for the sake of doing them. And there are women out on 8 Mile. There are some others out in West Michigan, but man, I'm just not that enthused to do it like I am with the women in Delray. Weird. I don't know why. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Doing pretty good. Yeah, just ran up to Walmart, but knocked out a bunch of paperwork today. I've already got the new computer picked out. I just can't get myself to order it. I'm gonna order. I'm gonna need to. I just don't like doing like heavy work on a laptop. I have a laptop. I've hardly used it. It's just I don't know why I don't. You know. So I'll just have to bite the bullet and fire away. Yeah, I thought about it. I should do that too because I've got a new Asus laptop that I've hardly ever used. I should do that. Probably be a good idea. Hey, Malka, how you doing? You caught it. That's good. Yeah, does that work? What do? You use the HDMI cable, Tim? I probably should do that. I probably should just do that instead of ordering another one. Yeah, probably. I got a good monitor too. I don't like typing on a laptop keyboard either. I think I'm gonna do. My plan is to do like a legit mini documentary, like on these women that work down there. I mean, really get into it. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Also, may take the fun out of it. Not really sure. Just like little mini documentaries on individuals. Yeah, man, just it's great though, getting on the computer and messing around like this. Up north wouldn't be that great if you didn't have access to the rest of the world. I can't imagine living up here in the day when they didn't have cable. God, you go bonkers. Now it doesn't really matter where you live. Everybody kind of gets mixed into the same connections. Internet, Amazon, YouTube. I love YouTube. I see they're changing some of their policies. I get these things because of this creator bullshit. And, they're wanting more views now before you can like have a channel to monetize. And it's like anything. It's, I mean, I did nothing, just signed up. Like I've said before, I've only got a few videos that put me on the map. The rest of them are, 100 views here or there. Malka, don't be so quiet. I did have a couple of them, Maribel. Yeah, I had two of them. Now I've got like a mixed dog, but I had two from the same litter. Great dogs. I don't know that I'd get them again. I mean, they're more like cats than they are like dogs. And they have a lot of health problems as they get older. But they were cool dogs. I had to put them both to sleep within about 6 months of each other. They lived about 12 years old. But they were like a little off when I got them. One had like a funny spine. Then another one was like bigger than it should have been. They were kind of the rejects of IGs. Very skittish. Hey Frankie, how you doing? Good. Yeah, it is cold. It's not as bad as it's gonna get though. It's like 27 out, which is warmer than it's been the last few days. It's been getting down to like 5 at night. Yeah, I mean, not up here. I don't think we have too much. There's really not much on the forecast. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to get too much of that. Just freezing cold. West Branch up north. Yeah, I see we're going to get a little flurries tonight. But on the 10-day forecast, yeah, Saturday and Sunday are going to be cold. But we're not supposed to get snow till next week. It's crazy. Oh, Philly, yeah, East Coast, you guys get nailed all the time. You get those monster snowstorms. No kidding. I wish we get it out here. I'd like to get a big old ass kicker snowstorm. You know, the weather's changed. We just don't get them like we used to. I mean, I don't know. I've only lived up here 6 years, but I've been coming up here for a long time. But when I was a kid, we would just get these ass kicker snowstorms. They canceled school, and we had to have a lot of snow to cancel school down around Detroit. Hell, now up here they seem to cancel it for nothing. No, where I'm at, I'm on the other side of that. Lake effect is usually died out by the time it's this far east. Now, as we roll into the backside of January, we'll get more lake effect from the east on fluke nights when it comes off Lake Huron. But we're still 45 miles inland, and we don't get that much air from the northeast unless we get one of those monster Arctic chills. So the majority of the time, it's coming from the west northwest, and we're too far east to have that matter. Hey, no kidding, Tim, huh? Huh? Yeah, Colorado, man. You know how it is, though. You never know. One, you could wake up to 2 feet in the morning. I was out in Deadwood, South Dakota one night. They got 30 inches. I was up in Copper Harbor, Michigan one time. They got 28. I mean, that's a lot of snow in like a day. Chicago, we had like 16, 18 inches. I was there for the second and third worst snowstorms, but they weren't like those monsters you get out in Colorado. Yeah, the plains. That's mainly because of drifting. Although you got a lot of variables. Like 94, they closed that a lot. Those open plains, but it says crazy winds. But as that moisture gets on the east side of the Sierra Nevadas and makes itself eastward, a lot of factors, but they get bombed out there. Yeah, I love snow too. 80, 90. Yeah, you're right, Tim. That's exactly right. 94, 94 too. Yep. If you look how 94 goes up along the top and heads west, they get killed up there. Yeah, the land, I love going out there. I spent a lot of time out there. I took about 10 years, and all I did was fool around and travel all over Alaska, out west all the time. I took full advantage of it. I'd go out to like Glacier National Park for a month. Just fuck around, walk around, go to coffee shops, do photography. Got lucky. Glad I did it too. Right after 9/11, when the airlines tanked, to go to, like, let's say Barrow, Alaska, you got to go from, I was living in Chicago at the time. You'd have to go to Anchorage first. First, you'd need to go to Seattle, then you go to Anchorage, and then from Anchorage to Barrow. And even back then, it was like $2,000, no problem. And after those airlines tanked, I actually flew from Chicago to Barrow and back. There were different connections for $218. I did the same thing on another trip to Kodiak and on another trip to the Aleutian Islands. I went to like all three places for a long time for less than $1,000. Yeah, Arizona. I mean, I'm friends with a lady up here that she went to Arizona. I never really, first of all, I'm light complected. I never really went too much for that hot stuff. I got friends that live out in Las Vegas, and I've been out there in the summer. It's like, forget that, man. I don't think I could do it. If my air conditioning broke, I would die. They say it's a dry heat. Yeah. When people aren't going out to check their mailbox because it's hot, I don't care if it's dry or not. Spirit Airlines, I'm really not sure. I know 3 guys that fly for Spirit, actually. I don't know if you know it or not, but that's a scab airline. Not that, I mean, a lot of places are now. They don't pay shit. I know, like, one of their lead flight attendants too. It's been there forever. It's like 65 or something. I never have flown Spirit. I mean, there was other places around when I was living in Detroit, but a lot of people go there. Use it to fly down to Florida. Yeah, Southwest. I was just talking to a guy that's flying for FedEx. That's arguably the best flying job there is, except it's midnights, and as you get older, those aren't exactly easy to work. Shit, I'm so far removed from flying. Flying is such a pain in the ass now. I like driving anyway. Do it all over through the Grand Canyon. Yeah, train, Maribel. I'll tell you, do your research if you ever think about taking a train now. If you look at the ratings for those Amtrak trips, it sounds great. Like, just go to the train and go through the Rockies and go through the Great Plains and look out the window at all the animals. They're very late. It's super expensive. They're constantly running out of food, and they break down a lot. You look up the ratings of Amtrak excursions. They're terrible. They're 10 times worse than an airline. For a while, I was taking the train, the Amtrak from Chicago to Detroit, or Ann Arbor, actually. That was their most successful on-time run, even though it was only like a 4-hour trip. But that thing was constantly breaking down. I mean, if you know of an area where there's a run and you've had a good experience, I'd like to know about it. But there is no way in hell I get on a train from Chicago and expect to get to California or Washington within a reasonable amount of time. And if you look at what they charge for those sleeper cars, it's ridiculous. You could fly first class cheaper. And if you try and, like, go the cheap way and sleep in your seat, that's like shitty sleep. That's like sleeping in a car. It's not like laying down. I mean, I love the sounds of trains going by the places, the cross stops or whatever they call them. I love the horn blowing, but the reality of going on a train for a long trip in the United States is not that great. Canada, now we're talking. Europe, much different. Japan, fantastic. But taking an Amtrak from A to B, I'll pass. Yeah, one of those bullet trains. I don't know, think I'd like that bullet train. I like looking out the window. You go and buy someplace 120 miles an hour, you wouldn't be able to see shit. Best way I like to get from A to B is drive myself. Besides, flying is such a pain in the ass now. Yeah, that's all right, Maribel. That's why you like it so much. Florida's got trains too that run from like West Palm Beach down to Miami. Nightmare. You know, when I was 18, I hitchhiked all over. Actually, hitchhiked out to Seattle. Met a guy out there. We hitchhiked all the way down around the California coast, hitchhiked down into Mexico, rode freight trains all over hell. I was just talking to a guy about that the other day. You know, I have a photo album of it someplace, at least one of the big trips. You don't even see open doors on boxcars anymore. When's the last time you saw a boxcar with the door open? Now it's mostly like tankers or cars, or they don't even look the same. No cabooses. I got booted off a train in the middle of the night in Nebraska one time, 30 miles from Grand Island, Nebraska. A guy saw me, kicked me off. I had to walk all night long to get to daylight. It's a good experience, though. It was fun riding those trains. You get filthy dirty. You get super dirty. And it's cold. I'm glad I got to experience a lot of that stuff. You know, but when you're a certain age, you're always saying that. But it just seems like everything's so sterilized now. I mean, I used to hitchhike all over hell. I can't even tell you the last time I saw a hitchhiker. I had some good experiences doing that. Well, gay guys pick you up, but I guess that's expected. Freak out the first couple times, and then it was like, you didn't hit the panic button and just got let out at the next stop. Yeah, I shouldn't. It scare the hell out of you when you're young. I almost jumped out of a moving car when that first happened to me as a teenager. I was so scared. Yeah, I don't know where they're at, Mark, or where they're getting on. The Grand Canyon, I've been all out there. I like the Grand Canyon. I like Las Vegas. I like that desert, but not as much as I like the mountains and the snow. You look out at Grand Canyon, though, it just blow your mind. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Yosemite. You know, they have so much crime and trouble out there. I was out the last time I was out there like 20 years ago. They have a full-time manned federal jail just to lock kooks up that cause trouble. Oh, the marshaling yards. Okay. You know, it's probably some big felony now to get caught riding on a train. Yeah, Finland security. Shit. I mean, it's one thing getting caught hopping a freight, it's another thing being a convicted felon because of it. Hey Anthony, how you doing? Yeah, yep, I love Lee Marvin as an actor. Good night, Anthony. You too. I'll probably see you tomorrow or so. Better get to bed so you can get up for school. Yeah, Ernest Borgnine, yeah. Movies sure seemed a lot better back then. Oh, Emperor of the North Pole. Okay. Oh, wonder old Michael Cohen's at today. Oh, okay. You know, sometimes this like chat gets like hung up. Yeah, great movie. I'm gonna have to look that up. Wonder if I can watch it on YouTube. Oh. See the salt trucks out there? Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Well, I think I'm gonna go out, take a shower, and go out and watch. I like watching that show, The First 48. It's about the only TV show I watch. Yeah, I don't know about Born to Win. I'll check it out. Yeah, good talking to you, Tim. Good luck on getting some snow. Oh, okay, thanks. Well, good night, you guys. Mark, good night. Maribel, good night.